It's synonymous around the gaming community that one of the best developers out there is DICE. DICE is known for some of the biggest gaming franchises in the world, with three of their biggest being of course Battlefield, Star Wars Battlefront, and Mirror's Edge. But what you'll notice about these franchises is that over the past few years, none of them have really been as great as they were about 5 to 10 years ago. And that's because of some money-hungry fuckwits that call themselves EA. What is up, guys? I'm the Gaming Gorilla. It is a pleasure to have your company. Once again, if you do go on to enjoy today's video, make sure to smack that subscribe button down below and click the bell icon as well to get notified whenever I make a new video. When I think of some of the games I've played most throughout my life, I can say with confidence that I've put a hell of a lot of time into the Star Wars Battlefront and Battlefield series. But with the latest Star Wars Battlefront 2 being an absolute mess, and Battlefield 5 hype levels being at an all-time low for the series, I'm afraid that some of my favourite games are about to die. And it's because of EA. This is actually my second Dear EA video, and it's no coincidence because EA has a track record of destroying franchises. So today, I want to ask EA to set DICE free before you kill them. The sad thing about EA is, they haven't always been this way. 10 years ago, EA wasn't one of the most hated publishers in gaming yet, and while they've never been one of the most loved companies, at this point, at least they hadn't begun to destroy DICE's reputation. Between 2002 and 2010, we saw the release of some of the most beloved games in history. I'm talking about games like Battlefield 1942, Mirror's Edge, and Battlefield Bad Company 2. So what the hell happened to DICE, and why can't they make games like this anymore? What's changed is EA has become the publisher that's now famous for winning the most hated company award multiple years in a row. They have become ridiculously money hungry and money driven, and no longer put the community first, but instead think about how they can make extra money off of their fans. So if you're watching this video, just know that EA doesn't see you as a person or a player of their games, they see you as an opportunity to make more money. Now, we all know the absolute joke that was the release and pre-release of Star Wars Battlefront 2, with the pay-to-win and even pay-to-play scandal. And that's just one example, so I don't even want to talk about that one just yet. Instead, let's take a look at the launch of one of my favourite games in history, Battlefield 4. At launch, Battlefield 4 wasn't the game that it is today, which is this. Instead, it was a bug-filled, glitch-filled mess of a game. At launch, I can't even remember playing more than 2 games in a row without my game crashing. It was so bad that the EA CEO, Andrew Wilson, had to come out and say that the release of the game was unacceptable and that it wouldn't happen again. And for those of you that have watched my last Dear EA video, you already know what I think of this guy. In reality, what is unacceptable and should never happen again is EA putting their developers under pressure to meet release dates and launch unfinished games, just so that they can meet their money targets for the year. It wasn't until at least a year after Battlefield 4's launch that we saw what a spectacular game it actually was. And it kind of just makes you think, what could this game have been if it wasn't rushed to meet a deadline? Fast forward to 2018, and we've seen the release and already demise of Star Wars Battlefront 2. Now, personally, I've never touched the second Star Wars Battlefront game, and I have no doubt that as of right now, the game is pretty good. But its launch was absolutely, to quote EA from 2014, unacceptable. With the single-player storyline that has been described as rushed, and as I said before, an absolute joke that was the loot box drama, the game was dead before it even launched. But it's totally okay, guys, because 4 years ago, the CEO said that this wouldn't happen again. But, oh, wait, it did happen again. And it might even happen again this year. So finally, let's take a look at the game that is coming out this year, and that's the upcoming Battlefield 5. As a long-time fan of Battlefield, I'm sure my reaction to the first trailer was pretty similar to most people's, as I was thinking, what the hell is this? A game that was supposed to be a mostly realistic World War II shooter instead showed people running around with cybernetic arms and metal hands, while jumping out of buildings and dying and coming back straight away. It was the least Battlefield, look at Battlefield, I've ever seen. Furthermore, it showed several women running around in World War II, which, I mean, is fine, but completely historically inaccurate. The community backlash on this trailer was insane, and even caused EA to come out and say, accept it, or don't buy the game. Let me repeat that again. Accept it, or don't buy the game.
You serious?
Not only that, but with the beta just having passed, lots of people aren't happy with the state that the game is in, with even some of the biggest Battlefield YouTubers saying that the game still has a long way to go. We've also just found out that the Battle Royale mode in Battlefield 5 won't even be released until March, 4 months after the game's launch. We were assured that the Battle Royale wasn't just a cash grab in Battlefield 5, but if it wasn't a cash grab, why won't it be ready at launch? If it was a legitimate feature of the game, shouldn't it have been in development for years already? And shouldn't it be ready by the 20th of November release, just like the rest of the game? I think this just goes to show that EA is completely out of sync with what their community wants, and unfortunately, they might be about to destroy yet another game, with Battlefield 5 hype levels being lower than I can ever remember for a game that's about to release in under a month. Just one more that they can add to their list, which already consists of games like Battlefield 4, Dead Space 3, Star Wars Battlefront, Star Wars Battlefront 2, Titanfall 2, and many, many more. So EA, my message to you is set DICE free. Please. We love DICE. We know DICE can make great games. They've built the Battlefield franchise from nothing. But because of you, almost every game they've released in the past 8 years has been buggy, glitchy, and rushed. And we're not stupid enough to think that it's DICE that are the ones wanting these games released the way they are. So that will do it for today, guys. Hope you enjoyed. I'd actually be really interested to know, out of 10, let me know how excited you are for Battlefield 5 down below. Because it just feels as though the hype for the game just isn't there right now. But once again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.